Welcome to the Single Leaders Tip. My name is Hans Regis, CEO and founder of HR The Leader, a movement created to build leaders, transform organizations, and ignite purpose. Today, I'm going to talk about these cousins. They may even be brothers. Consistency and discipline. Consistency and discipline. All right, for those of you who follow me on social media, primarily Instagram, I work out a lot. And if there's something a kid's gonna do to you, and probably the last one, they're gonna be honest with you. So, my second son, my last, Daddy, you go to the gym all the time, but I don't see it. I couldn't be mad. Like I said, kids gonna keep it real with you. Yeah, you got the arms. You out here posting videos and all, but so I am consistent at the gym. I ain't disciplined in my eating habits. Oh, yeah. So today, let's talk about it. Consistency and discipline when it comes to leadership. So for me, my leadership definition, again, when you try it out somewhere else, your chat GPT will give you something different, or maybe Webster, if we're still using the dictionary. But my definition of those two brothers, cousin terms, consistency and discipline. Consistency is the commitment to showing up with the same values, actions, and principles regardless of circumstances. It creates stability, reliability, and trust over time. Discipline is the intentional practice of self-control, focus, and adherence to standards, and when it's uncomfortable, even when it's uncomfortable and convenient, it sustains excellence and progress. Let's go back to my little situation. I'm consistent at the gym. You already know at 4:30, between 4:30 and 5 o'clock, I'm going to tag you, I'm going to post, I'm in there, I'm consistent. So they know I'm going to come through. They know I'm stable. They know I'm reliable. And trust me, my gym crew, they could trust me. I'm going to do it. My money, they could trust my money to be there every 15th of the month. So I bring that part. Discipline, let's go back to it. It's the intentional practice of self-control. Yeah, those Oreos still get to me. So let's bring that concept back to healthcare or to leadership. Consistency and discipline. Together, consistency sets the tone of leadership while discipline fuels the engine that keeps it running. Together, consistency sets the tone of leadership while discipline fuels the engine that keeps it running. Let's talk about some trait and characteristics of those two terms. Consistency looks like predictability, steady presence. That means you're available and reliable for the team. Alignment. I used that term with my team about a week ago. Alignment. Words and actions match over time. And consistency makes sure you have the long game in mind. So for leaders, consistency looks like predictable integrity. Decisions align with value daily. Steady presence, available and reliable for the team. Alignment, when your words and action match and you see the long term in mind. Discipline, self-mastery, in control of impulses and emotion. Accountability, following through even when no one is watching. Sacrifice, choosing long-term benefits over immediate comfort. And the last part for discipline is focus, eliminating distraction to pursue clear goal. So leaders, those two, you need to practice, work hard, make sure that we create those characteristics for leaders or imperative to success. You can't have one without the other. They both will suffer. You can't be consistent and not disciplined. or you can't have discipline and not being consistent. So all of a sudden you see these leaders, they are consistent, but trust me, they like discipline, they like follow through, they know accountability, definitely not focused. Or you have those who are super accountable, they are super reliable, they have the discipline down pat, but no consistency. They'll be disciplined between January to March, and then right there and then somewhere else the next 3 months, they just let go. We need to stay consistent and be disciplined at all times. Why do consistency and discipline feel restrictive? They demand patience in a culture obsessed with speed and shortcut. We want it now. Both of those concepts are not short-term gains. You need to spend the time to stay consistent, because you're not going to find results. The microwave world that we live in, they want to see it fast, they want to see it now. And that's what also is creating that culture of we want it now. Consistency and discipline takes time. They really do. They remove the option of easy out. They expose its gaps. And they require leaders to say no often. To say no to distractions, no to temptations, and no to shortcuts. We want it fast, we want it now. And when we go back, have you ever tried processes that you have to undo because we rushed through them? We were disciplined to get through it, but we can't consistently apply it because it was not properly vetted. The right way to practice consistency and discipline. Those tips are for both leaders and team members alike. You need to set standards. You can't be either disciplined or consistent with no standard. What is the goal? Going back to my little situation, I tell my boys all the time, Daddy's not working out to get a six-pack. Daddy's working out to be healthy enough. That's not sound right, but yeah, to be healthy enough to keep up with y'all, because I have two boys. So whenever they want to flex on mom, I'll flex back. But Daddy's not trying to get a six-pack and be shirtless at the beach. No, that's not going to happen. But then again, that's not a reason for me to slack and eat bad, because that's not my goal. I have to be disciplined, because I could still stay consistent and have diabetes. I could still stay consistent and have hypertension. I could still stay consistently at the gym and have poor health because I'm not disciplined on other aspect of life. Same thing with leadership. You could be consistent at showing up, consistent at being at the job, consistent at holding people accountable, but you don't have the self-discipline and the discipline for your team. Whatever you lack as a leader translates into team behaviors. You are inconsistent, best believe the team was, man, don't worry about it. It's just a phase. They're just going to roll this out. After 3 months, they'll forget about it. Inconsistent. You're not disciplined, man, it's whatever it goes, bro. Whatever, trust me. He's going to come right now. The leadership team just came from a conference. They just learned some new nuggets. They're just going to come, do a few presentations, give it 3 to 4 months. That's how they talk about us leaders. When we are inconsistent and are not disciplined, that's how they talk about us. We need to start small and grow. You don't come in and try to bite the whole cake. Take it piece by piece. Stay aligned. We talked about alignment. Build accountability. We talked about that before. And reward progress. Celebrate the small wins. And balance with flexibility. We can't lead. Let me rephrase that. What we need from our teams, we need to be able to model that. You can't try to hold them accountable when you're not holding yourself accountable. You can all of a sudden want to chase people and get them to act right when the culture was a culture that did not promote consistency. Their leaders are not disciplined. How do you change that? It starts with us leaders. Consistency and discipline. Let's review those definition. Consistency is the commitment to showing up with the same values, action, and principles regardless of circumstances. It creates stability, reliability, and trust over time, not the next day. Discipline is the intentional practice of self control, focus, and adherence to standards even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. It sustains excellence and progress. Keyword: consistency creates stability, reliability, and trust over time. Discipline sustains excellence and progress. If you forget everything I talked about, don't forget this. Together, consistency sets the tone for leadership while discipline fuels the engine that keeps it going. As you move forward in your journey, you need to practice and work on consistency and discipline. Because whatever you lack as a leader, believe it or not, translates to your team. I am Hans Regis. This is HR the Leader, a movement created to build leaders, transform organizations, and ignite purpose. I hope the time we just spent talking about consistency and discipline, you picked up some gems, some nuggets that would help you on your leadership journey. I'll see you next time.